Hi guys, welcome to our stream. Not sure still live. I'm not sure. Something weird is happening. Tell me please if you already can hear me and see me. Let me open up the comments. Yeah, I guess we're already live. So welcome everybody. We are gonna play another Title Tuesday today, and I hope you're as excited as I am because, well, all of the GMs, top GMs are joining today. Let me show you who is playing: Hikaru, Firuja, Daniel Dubov, Alexander Bortnik, Mikhail Mamedjarov, Alexander Grichuk, and many, many more are taking part today. So I'm very fired up to take part in this amazing event. Hopefully, you are just as excited to take a look at it. Of course, it's very, very tough, and last time it was incredibly difficult for me. It was the worst tournament, so that is why I have nothing to lose today, and I hope we are gonna play some decent games today. You're gonna have some fun watching me blundering everything, and maybe also implementing some of the amazing combinations. And yeah, also hopefully it's gonna be instructive for you, and you can learn something out of it. We still have a few minutes before we start the tournament. So feel free to ask your questions. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I hope for an exciting tournament today. Let's see. Yeah, so there are 456 players today. And of course, the number is still rising because there is one more minute for everybody to join the tournament. After the beginning, it's not possible. And yeah, hi there. Feel free to ask your questions in the comments. I'm gonna try to answer it in the break. And yeah, let me switch this thing off so we we are sure that you're gonna see the game and not the table here, because the game is about to start. And I have last time I have played so badly that my rating now is just 2500. That means that in the first round I'm gonna get a very, very strong opponent from the very beginning. And yeah, I'm excited because last time it happened, I played with Hikaru Nakamura, I played with Daniel Naroditsky in the first rounds of this tournament. So maybe, I mean, that's all luck. You never know who you're gonna get, but I assume that it's gonna be somebody very, very strong. Okay, so 9 seconds left. I hope everything is working. You can see me, hear me clearly, and let's go. Yeah, Vincent Keymer, that is a star of German chess, very intelligent grandmaster. So let's see, I'm playing as white. d4, d5, knight f3. Let's play c4, e6, knight c3, and a6. Okay. Yeah, as I played to take on c4 and play b5, guess I should just take to reach some normal territory because I don't want to go into long theoretical variations. Now this bishop can go to e6, and that of course a good thing for black, but I also have a very solid position, slight advantage. So let's see. For me, the most important thing is to play fast, because otherwise I always get into trouble. Okay, he starts with h6, g5 from the very beginning. Well, I definitely don't need to sacrifice here. Knight to h5. Knight g5 doesn't work because of queen takes. Knight e5. He has to take here. Yeah, that's a very aggressive approach, but it might work because I don't see bishop f5, maybe. f6 is bad. Yeah, let's try bishop e5. I need to take those decisions quickly, and f6 back. So it's some kind of theoretical variations, I suppose. Let me step back. I guess he doesn't want to make a draw. He's gonna play something else. I mean, he can just continue the development. Yeah, okay, c6. Not sure if I need to castle, because then maybe knight e5 is the move here. because then knight h5 would be coming, and I'm not gonna have this rook on h1 in case of the exchange. Not sure if knight f5 is so great. Okay, what do I do now? I play f4. Feels risky, but very interesting. It feels like, yeah, my e3 pawn is going to be weak. Okay, let me castle. Although maybe now takes and knight g4 is a problem, and then e3 is hanging. Yeah, but I mean, his king is still not castled. Maybe I'm gonna play e4 there. Takes, pawn takes on d5, and seems like I should be able to get some compensation for it. Yeah, he's going for it. I mean, f4 is not possible, obviously, so I don't really have a choice. Let's play e4 and try to open up the center and get some compensation for this pawn. Ah, okay, d4. Yeah, that is something I missed. Maybe knight a4, knight c5. Knight a2 just takes, and well, maybe bishop, no, bishop c2, d3. And that's gonna be horrible. So maybe knight a4, knight c5. I don't want him to have a very good pawn structure. And then maybe f4 at some point. But yeah, this bishop on... If I manage to exchange the bishop, then maybe I'm gonna be able to attack. So now knight e6 is kind of a big threat, at least positionally. But of course, knight e5 is a very, very strong piece. Yeah, I completely missed this d4 move, but yeah, maybe still I'm gonna get some chances. Now knight x b7 is an idea, knight x e6 is an idea. Maybe he's gonna just play bishop c8. Okay, he's given me the bishop. Have to take knight x e6. No, that's stupid. Okay, now have a check. Let me give a check. So maybe king is gonna go somewhere and then the bishop is hanging. Maybe I should have started with f4, because after takes, queen h5 would be attacking the knight. Now it's not. Can I sacrifice knight takes, pawn takes on g5, queen f7? 5? No, that doesn't seem to be enough. Let's develop the rook for now and prepare the move f4. I mean, I like the fact that my queen is pretty much untouchable on h5. And f4 is still coming. Ah no, queen a8. Yeah, I thought my queen is untouchable, but I also don't want to exchange it. That's my problem. Because then it's just an extra pawn for him. Maybe queen h3. I desperately want to play the move f4. And maybe queen g3 to attack this knight, because this knight in the center of the board is cementing everything. Yeah, I don't have a lot of time. Let's maybe try to remaneuver the bishop to h5 with a tempo and then play, but maybe queen f4 now. Well, I have g3, queen takes, I have rook e1, trying to open up this e file. Okay, do I play f4? I guess that's time. And now I hoped to play g3, although maybe now f3, that is something I missed again. Yeah, missing a lot of things, fortunately. How could I continue? Just g4, but yeah, that doesn't give me anything. No, I'm just 2 pawns down now. Couldn't have played. Maybe g3 first would have been the move. Because this now this knight on e5 is just controlling everything, completely everything, and I don't have any way to deal with it. Yeah, g3 first should have been played. And now the queen is coming to... Well, this time I'm gonna have a check. Let's take. Now queen is 3, 4. Yeah, I'm losing everything, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, that was quite a sad game. Maybe G3 F4 was my last chance. Let me know in the comments what you think about this game. I mean, Vincent Keymer is 2700 rated player, incredibly strong. And well, a lot of people in Germany are saying that he's gonna fight for the world championship one day. Yeah, e4. There was something better. What is better than f4? As an e4, bishop e2. And it's actually better for me here after knight x. Okay, it's yeah, a little bit better. So I have to play f4 now. What is the point? Takes. Knight c4. I just exchange it here. And f5. Yeah, so I felt like I need to open up the position, but I have chosen the right way to do it. Somehow this idea I didn't really see during the game. And then I get to the king, even though the queens are getting off the board, but all of the pawns are on the light squares. And the bishop is also light squares, which means also it doesn't really have a good move, because after bishop d5, which is a top engine choice, I mean, that's definitely not worse for me. And otherwise, if you go back, then I guess you're just too passive. Yeah, here knight d4, and that's very risky for black. Actually, the plan to sacrifice upon an e5 was the right one, just bishop e2 and f4. I haven't found this idea. And after e4, that is already better for black, because I miss this d4 resource. If it wasn't for d4, then yeah, still a little bit better for black. Okay, and here it was very difficult. Wait, instead of queen h5, yeah, f4 immediately. That's what I said as well once I played queen h5, because I realized my bishop is hanging. I need to spend another tempo. If I play f4 immediately, you can't take it, because after queen h5, you're basically losing here. Rook f4, and the spin is incredibly annoying. And I was just, focusing on the fact that I can give a check with a queen, and the knight f7 seems like it's good for me, and then it means he has to move his king, and I thought that's not good for him. But I somehow overestimated the importance of this check. f4 immediately should have been played. Now, if you should kind of take the bishop, and then, yeah, the compensation is enough because the king is very exposed. Let me see if I'm not missing the next game. Yeah, still 2 games are going on. Yeah, and afterwards, after I played queen h5, it's already black in total control. It's not a lot. It's less than a pawn advantage, but still, it's very difficult for me somehow to get those chances. Now b4 should have been played, and then somehow I was focusing on the king side, and then I realized too late that b4 is an opportunity. Bishop h5 is not helping me. Still b4 was always okay, because also the queen you can take here, and then suddenly this queen can go all the way to a3 and pin the pawn on c5 and attack it. That could have been great. Okay, I just realized that there is a next game coming. Okay, so we have a 2230 rated national master from Brazil. And we have this endgame. I pretty like endgames. Bishop e6. And this one is a very solid one. Objectively, it's not worse for black at all. Sometimes even better for black. I'm not just sure in which order I should do something, but I'm pretty sure the king should be here on c7. I don't want to allow b4, and now knight c5 is on my agenda, then maybe it can even go to b3, but he's playing rook b1, preparing b4. If I allow that, takes, and then knight a6. Or I can just play a4. Yeah, let's play a4, why not? The knight goes to c5. Knight to d2. He's preparing still the move b4, or maybe knight is going to e4. Okay, let me play knight c5 because it's the most natural move here, controlling the b3 square. And this knight, sometimes it goes through h6 to f7. Knight e4. I wanted to play knight b3, but now he can take it and the b3 pawn will be vulnerable there. Okay, let me just continue the development for now. This knight might be coming to all the way to d6 and then attack the c4 pawn. Okay, he's going this side, but bishop is good on e7 and also the rook is now free to go. I must be careful at some point not to lose a4 pawn, but I mean his c4 is also pretty weak. And my knight on h6 should come into play. Let's play rook d8. And then bishop f5 is an interesting idea. Kind of pinning this knight. Let's start with knight f7 because I might have some ideas there. Although I also have to be careful. Let's go into e6 with a check. Bishop c3. Bishop f5, bishop f3. Knight d6. Yeah, knight d6 I like. I feel like my position should be better here. It's very solid, I don't have any weaknesses. And I'm wondering about knight d6. Knight takes, bishop takes b1. Don't have any checks. Knight b5 just takes. Hopefully it's gonna work. Knight c5 takes, knight e6. I'm not sure this knight is gonna escape in the end of the day. Well, if something goes wrong, I can just take back on d6, so it's not a problem at all. But I hope that bishop b1 is gonna be good for me. Yeah, he's going for it. Let's take. I mean, I can never lose anything. If anything, the c4 pawn is going to be weak in the end of the day. Now the question is where the king is going. I don't like to go to d7 because somehow it doesn't feel great. Yeah, I mean, this bishop... Where should I go? b6 is also bad because of c5, so maybe to c8. In case of bishop g4, I always have f5. So now if he takes the... Okay, he has c5 there. 5 is something I missed. Okay, let me put the bishop to c2 and then rook d2. Still have a choice, bishop f5 or bishop b3. Bishop b3? No, feels weird. Let's just go to f5 because I'm covering here the e6 square. And if c5, I have knight c4 with a tempo. I'm attacking the rook and this bishop can still take. And also I'm covering this diagonal, the knight can't escape. To c5, knight c4, he doesn't have any time for knight f7. And even if he goes to f7, the knight still is kind of trapped. So right now... right now I'm not really creating a threat because bishop takes, rook takes d6 and king takes c5. Well, at least I'm winning a pawn. It's already not bad, but... Yeah, let's say knight takes c4 is a threat now. Bishop e2, well, there is knight e4. So the pawn is very difficult to protect. He goes... Okay, he's sacrificing here. Well, I have to take. Then a6. Hopefully that's working. Bishop b5, I can just exchange... bishop d5. That is something I missed. Knight e4, though. I like knight e4 because I would like to exchange a knight for a bishop, and now I'm exchanging one of the... Okay, I have some discover attacks, but I don't see a good square to go. Let me take, and then play bishop e6. I want to exchange basically as much pieces as possible. Okay, now... Yeah, that is something I missed here. 6. Check. Now I'm very active. Bishop is going to be a monster. Maybe I'm gonna have some checkmating ideas. Not sure what should be played. I want to eliminate this pawn. Three. I have just 12 seconds, so I have to be careful with that. I'm kind of threatening rook a1, because that at least wins a pawn, and this rook on c6 is clumsy. Check, check, and takes. Yeah, now I'm winning the rook. Okay, well, that was a pretty tough game, but I have managed to outplay my opponent. And that's the first point in this tournament, so I'm already happy about that. Feel free to ask your questions. And meanwhile, I'm going to analyze, accuracy 91.7%. So I feel normally pretty confident in the endgame, but still somehow I managed to get into time trouble. That is something I should avoid. Bishop e7 was even better. I mean, the material is equal, but this position is almost -2 for black, so a huge advantage. That is also a mistake. 97 back, yeah, that's incredible. So I should not exchange the pieces. That is a recipe for success. Bishop b1 is an accuracy. What is better? Just knight c4. Okay. Because the knight on c5 is also hanging. Yeah, that is something I haven't thought about. I thought like bishop takes b1 is pretty much automatic. But it's also strong enough. It's -2 here for black. And those are all the great moves. I'm pretty happy about that. And then I just exchanged everything. Yeah. This game is actually pretty accurate from my side. 2800 rated according to chess.com. So I'm pretty excited to go on with the tournament. Let's see if we still have, we still have a lot of games. So let's see if you have any questions. Yeah, hello to everybody. I'm 1000 rating. Can I play? Well, in this tournament, no, because it's a title Tuesday. It means only players with a title can participate. But, well, there are a lot of players you can take a look at. Let me put some games so you have something to take a look at. So Vincent Keymer, which was my opponent last round, is playing now as white. Yeah, winning again. Okay. Can I play you after the tournament? Well, we have tried it last time, but it didn't really work because I haven't got any challenges. So I was waiting for your challenges for quite a long time, but nobody wanted to play, so that wasn't successful. But if you are gonna send me a challenge till the end of the stream, then yeah, I might try to make it possible because I also need to adjust everything in the stream. So if you want to play with me, send me a challenge on Chess. I'm gonna write in the chat the nickname. It's great chess coach. I've created it a very long time ago. So send me a challenge on Chess, 3 minutes plus 0 seconds. And after the stream, if I have still a little bit of energy, we could try to play a few games. But not more than that. Okay, so we have just 2 games left. Here it's black winning. Here white is winning. Okay, so we are gonna have the next round here. Yeah, another very strong opponent, 2700 from India. Guys from India are always incredibly strong. That is how it is. But let's try. F3. Are we gonna get King's Indian with G6? No. Okay, then let's gonna play C4. Now B6. Okay, what do we do in this case? Let's play knight C3. Should be 7. I never really know how to play here. A3 is of course a possibility. Let's maybe do that just to make sure that this bishop is not coming. D5. Guess I can play bishop d5 now. Yeah, now we have kind of a queen's gambit, just with this bishop on b7 early on. I guess that's pretty normal. And I want to take here on d5. Yeah, but he's taken with a knight, which is also pretty fine, I guess, for me. Play rook c1. Okay, c5. Yeah, he's very aggressive from the very beginning. Yeah, I don't like the fact that my queen is against the... Let's play queen e2 against the rook on the same file. I want to play bishop a6 and maybe exchange those bishops. Because then I'm gonna have some squares to penetrate. Yeah, but he's not allowing me to do that. That's a problem. Now bishop is coming to a6. So if I'm going back, so let me play bishop b5, maybe even bishop c6. And b4 is on my agenda. Yeah, he's not allowing me to exchange. If I play b4 now, takes. I'm not sure. But I don't see anything else apart from b4. Let me try that. Feels a little bit risky because somehow some pieces might be hanging, but hopefully I'm not risking anything because I always have knight takes d5. Okay, now takes and knight d4 probably. Yeah. Okay, now I can take and play bishop a6 and maybe finally exchange knight c3. I can just step back with queen d3. But he's controlling the c file, so that is good for him. But I have a very good knight on d4. That's like my best piece. If he's playing e5, then he's gonna have some big squares, which is also not that bad. Ah, okay, he's not just ignoring it. And now it's difficult for me to somehow... Maybe I have the move f3. It's weakening the e3 square though. Something I don't like, but at least I'm gonna play queen d2, rook c1, and also block this diagonal, and also create a square for my king just in case. Ah, okay, he's going to c4. Okay, then let's put the rook on d1, also an open file. Knight to c4. I was hoping for knight b5. Because the pawn is really hanging there. Yeah, I have to speed up also. Because once again, I'm low on time. Hope I'm not missing anything. Now rook c1 might be interesting. Okay, now knight d6. Stakes. I mean, I understand I have weakened my queen a little bit, but I hope it's not a big deal. His queen is still pretty passive, as that is why he's activating it. Guess queen d2, I mean, rook's endgame should be really fine for me. Now I want to play rook c6. That should be good for me, so he needs to do something about it. Maybe queen c4 is his idea, but I mean, pawn is hanging. Okay, he's allowing me to play rook c6. Queen d7, maybe rook d8, right? Queen d4. Let's play queen d4. Because I'm attacking the pawn. If he takes, this pawn is just too strong. If he plays rook d8, I have queen b6. Ah, maybe rook d1 and queen takes h2. Maybe rook b6. Queen c7, rook c6. Queen a... Yeah, hopefully it's working. It's very important for me to not to miss a checkmate. Ah, okay, he's still going for it. Yeah, I don't know if I have something better than that. Position should be better, but I don't know how exactly to use it. Yeah, I'm very scared to miss a checkmate, and I don't have any time. 5 seconds. Yeah, now I'm losing the pawn, but yeah, this endgame is not great for me now. Five, but wouldn't be that bad either. 4, 4. Everything is protected, that's good. Just the time that is my problem. And now I have a target. I have a target. Let's take a risk. One endgame, be fine. Okay, now we both have a lot of weaknesses. Have queen a5 idea. Oops. That should be enough. F6. Just 2 seconds, amazing. I have to be very fast. He's trying to win. Position is already better for me. I have an extra pawn. But I have no idea how to play for a win. And take the a4 pawn, but yeah, I don't know. He's taken on h4. I'm not winning there at all. Okay. Draw is fine, but I'm curious. I definitely had some winning opportunities there. Wow, that was a tough game. Yeah, we both have 91% accuracy. Win endgames are always amazingly tough, especially if you have just a few seconds. I mean, the risk to blunder something and get into a checkmate is so huge. Okay, bishop knight takes d5. I mean, it's all slight differences that are not that important in blitz. Here f3 was a mistake. Yeah, I felt that f3 is risky, but I really wanted to get rid of this knight because I can't play rook to d1 because of the fork. I can't play rook c1. He's controlling everything, and I felt like I want to get rid of this knight. Yeah, that was good. And here I felt like I get the initiative, but it's still equal according to the engine. Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. Then I didn't really have any chances to win. First, when I checkmate, you missed a move. Which move did I miss? Ah, okay, here I was winning, queen to g8. Has the same idea, but completely misses the fact that I can... Queen g8 was such a simple move. Not sure if you have seen it during the game. That was a huge chance for me because now it's +3. Has to play queen a7, queen h8 check, queen h7. I can even take... Wait, was there... Ah, okay. No, it's not +3. Now, when the engine starts to think, he says it's +1. But I mean, it's clear that it's only white who can fight for an advantage. He's giving here +1 to white, but I mean, that's either a draw or winning. I guess I'm just the first one. This variation is completely losing for white, for black, sorry. So yeah, queen g8 would have been a great move. Unfortunately, I had 3 seconds and I didn't see it. But I saw the opportunity to take the pawn, but it's still a draw here. Okay, I already have the next game and another very strong opponent. I guess I have already played against him and even won the game. Okay, but another game I lost, so it's 1-1. 4. So we are gonna have a Philidor defense, of course, against e4. That is always a great thing for me. At least because I spent not that much time for the opening. Six. Now if a5, I'm gonna take on e4, probably. Okay, one, then I have to play a5. 3, knight b6. It can be the case that last time we played, we had exactly the same position with him. Wait, you're not supposed to take here, because now I get a pair of bishops for no real compensation. I mean, his position is still very solid, of course, but I guess I want to take with a pawn just to make sure that I don't have any weaknesses. The pawn structure is very solid, and also without two bishops, he's not gonna really be able to create any difficulties. Maybe he says that, okay, the knight is stronger than the bishop in blitz, as it's known, but only if he, manages to transfer the knight somewhere to f5, because on c3 the knight is doing absolutely nothing. But even if he gets to there, at least I can just exchange it. But I agree that the bishop on f6 is also not that ideal. Maybe I have bishop g5 with an idea just to exchange it. Yeah, that is why he's playing queen to g3. Also keeping an eye on this pawn. But now the knight... Okay, let me just develop and do it quickly. For the first time in tournament, I'm ahead in terms of time. Maybe I should have played queen b6 instead, though. Now this square is not available. Okay, queen c7. Yeah, bishop f6 is not that great. Maybe I play bishop e7 and f6. Okay, he wants to exchange himself. That's interesting. Yeah, and then he wants to remaneuver the knight there. So let me play f6. Now my bishop is controlling all of the light squares. Yeah, maybe I should have played rook d8 instead. Somehow I'm too fast. Now I would have had rook to d4, and here I don't have it. Queen is coming to c5. Now it's not what I wanted to get. But okay. Hopefully he's not gonna get any penetration squares after queen to c5. Let me make sure that my king is secure. Yeah, he's starting to catch me in terms of time. I'm a little bit on the passive side. Now I have queen to d2. But everything is protected. Yeah, now queen b4 was my idea. Not sure if this endgame is so good though. But let's hope in the power of the bishop. And b3, I guess he's gonna play. Hope that my king is going to be active. I'm gonna get to c5. Also, he wants to get to a5. Let's just bring the king as fast as possible. Maybe bishop c4 now with the tempo, because I don't see a very good square for the knight to go. Yeah, now I'm kind of dominating the knight. F5. I like f5 because it activates my king, but it creates potential weakness on e5, so that is a drawback. But I hope that this knight is not going out anymore. If he plays b3, then I have king e4, king d4, king c3 potentially. He's also gonna go to this side, because I don't have any penetration ideas. But I have bishop e6, bishop h5 checks in case of king g4. Ah, okay, he now wants me to decide, but I have okay. Do I have c4? Just takes b. No, I have b3. Okay, let's take a risk here. Takes. He has king to knight to c3. Then he takes on b5. Wow. It's probably just a draw, but still. Do I have something better than that? Into d3 takes, bishop takes, king c. Yeah, I'm winning the knight there. Let's hope that it's working. Because his king is still far away from something significant. I hope that I'm in time to get the knight. Let's play king to c2. In f3 I also have bishop d5 check, and then I'm taking the knight, not allowing him to play king e4. Right now he has just one pawn for the piece, which he's hopefully gonna lose. b5 a6 is also not fast enough. Just taking the knight. g4. Now let me take. Because this e5 pawn hopefully is not significant. I also have bishop f1. I'm getting one of the pawns back. And now I just need to bring my king as fast as possible. Takes, bishop g2. H5, f5, h4, f6. I mean, I might lose here, but let's hope that I'm not. Oh no! I wanted to play bishop d5, but maybe it's not that bad. Yeah, I'm actually not winning anything here. That's just an immediate draw. Okay. Yeah, that's a pity. I had an extra bishop there. I have missed this idea that he's taking the pawn and then threatening f5. Let's see how I miss the victory here. Feel free to ask your questions. I see that you are already having some kind of discussions. I like that a lot. Yeah, so this takes on e5 is not great. And yeah, but here it's still equal according to the computer. And then I went for this endgame. It felt a little bit risky, but somehow I had the belief that it's gonna work. Okay, here it's -5, so I definitely missed a lot of winning chances here. I played here good. King to c2 is also good. King to d3 is good. Bishop g2. Okay, bishop g2 is blundering the whole advantage in one move. Wow. I just thought that at some point I should play bishop g2, so let me just do it now, not to forget about it. And what is the best thing to do? And why is it so significant? Because after a7 I still have to... okay, because he never played a7, and so basically I lost the tempo here. Here I'm just playing king f2, g4, king g3, and I'm one tempo ahead. Here in the game he already played king to g6 with a pawn on... Wait a second, didn't I have... What was the game? King to e2 is another mistake. Yeah, bishop e4 check. Of course, bishop e4 is so simple. Because it's not allowing the king to get to g6. Yeah, and this one is a draw. Okay, wait. How do I stop that? I was curious about this position, but apparently it's already a draw. King to f3. To... yeah, because I can't take the pawn on f4. Pawn is still on g3, everything is protected. Yeah, so basically here was my last chance with the move bishop to e4. very tricky. Even if you have an extra bishop, it's still so hard to win the game. Amazing. Okay, now we have round number 4. I have 2 out of 4 against pretty strong guys, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. And also with my play. I mean, not blundering that much as it always happens before. Let me see what's going on here. As there is still one game going on. So let me ask a few questions and then we are gonna make a quick break. Can you explain what you think about when your opponent's turn? Thanks in advance. Well, obviously you think about what kind of opportunities your opponent has. Yeah, what is the point of his ideas, of his threats? And of course you're thinking, okay, if he's gonna play that, then you prepare some variations. So especially in Blitz, it's important because you want to win sometime. In the classical chess, sometimes you just stand up and go on, take a rest, and then waiting for your opponents to move. And then you're thinking, okay, once he moves, I'm going to take a look at what he's doing, and then I'm going to take my time to take a decision. Although, also in a lot of cases, players are using their opponent's time to think about their moves because they expect something to happen, of course. But in the blitz, it's so important to think while your opponent is thinking because you're basically winning a lot of time, and that's always great. Yeah, so basically I'm assuming some responses from my opponents and I'm thinking what could be the right thing to do from my side. Of course, I'm thinking about the threats and hopefully I'm finding all of the best moves for my opponent because it is just as important as finding the right moves for yourself. Thank you very much, Khalid, that you like my content. Anytime you play the Pirts, it reminds me of Kasparov Topalov. No, I'm not. I'm not really playing Pirts, Konstantin, because I'm not playing the move g6. I'm playing the Philidor defense, which is knight d6, knight f6, and e5. And that is actually two completely different openings. So, yeah, I don't see any real connection to the Kasparov Topalov game, which was really a Pirts defense. I want to ask you about the analysis on followers games. You said you want to do it for when is that? I actually already started working on that. I have recorded the first video when I took the first 5 games of you, my subscribers that have sent me your games to analyze. And that was pretty fun. I mean, hopefully it's going to be very instructive for you. It definitely was very insightful for me in terms of what kind of difficulties you have throughout your chess games. So I really enjoy it and I'm going to continue it definitely, especially if you're going to support me. So I hope it's going to be published tomorrow, the first video with the first 5 games. And yeah, hopefully you're going to enjoy it. I can definitely recommend you watch it because the mistakes that you guys are making are so common that if you watch that, I kind of try to draw some conclusion out of it, you're gonna get a lot out of it. So tomorrow, make sure to check my channel if this video is coming. Let's see. Yeah, let me still answer a few of your questions. This guy is a monster in bullet. I remember he beat Zhigalko in the bullet competitions. I have played against quite a lot strong players now, so I'm not sure which one you are referring to, but definitely I always agree. The guys I played are very, very strong. And I played against Zhigalko myself, I guess, on one of the previous streams, and that was a tough fight too. That always happens to me. The technique has to be strong. I guess you're referring to my last game when I haven't converted this advantage. I'm gonna make a quick break and we are gonna go on with round number 5. So stay tuned. Okay, guys, I'm back, and I guess the next round is about to begin in just several seconds. Yeah, that's the Terminator, Terminator slogan. Hope you enjoyed. Wow, I'm playing against GothamChess. Okay, so I guess he's gonna stream a lot on his stream. So let's have some fun here. Oh, I finally have a King's Indian defense. Not really, because he's playing this knight c6. Something weird. I usually play e3, but e5 takes. I can play d5 myself, but I really want to bring my my bishop to b2. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, he's going for this attack. Let me try to save the bishops. Yeah, I have no idea how to deal with that, to be honest. 4 and take with the f pawn. Hopefully, still there is no checkmate. Let me continue for now my development. Of course, it feels pretty scary, but I believe in the power of development. Not sure which pawn to take with. Both moves are having some advantages. Queen g4, queen h5 are coming. Let's take with this one, okay. e4, queen h5, knight h4, bishop g4, bishop f3. Seems like it's fine for me. Hopefully I'm not missing anything this time. Queen h7. Yeah, that is something I didn't think at all. Can I play e5? Takes. Maybe queen f3, g5. Knight f5. Can just take. Yeah, also the pawn is hanging, so let me play e5. Wow. Yeah, I'm playing too slow. Way too slow. 6. Can take on f7. Yeah, I don't know. Somehow it doesn't feel that great. Let me take. Okay, rook d6. Four. Gonna take. Gonna take there. Wait, can I have? Can I play knight g5? Hopefully I have knight g5 here. Well, I have 23 seconds, but the position is very interesting. I don't think the queen has a lot of moves to go. Sacrificing the queen, okay. Okay, I need my bishop to just cover the h1 square. Because as long as my bishop is there, he doesn't have anything at all. Yeah, okay. Losing an exchange, but not such a big deal, I guess. How much material do I have? threatening to take. I don't have any time, unfortunately. 1 second. No, b4 was the right move. b4. Very, very scary. No, yeah. No. Didn't want to make this move. Wow, that was just amazing. Sacrifice the queen there without any real chances. Wow. I just was too slow. That's an incredible game. Yeah, I was winning the whole game there, the whole time, but just couldn't handle it. I mean, this threads, I understand that it's nothing, but it felt so dangerous. Actually, it's better here for black. The engine says it's almost +2, but here it was good for me. Bishop f3, everything is great, and that g5 is a great move. Yeah, now it's +3, more than +3, and also this d5 pawn is great. +5 here, and queen f3, I felt like it's winning, but I just didn't see the right way to play here. Wow. That's such a nervous game. f4 is a so stupid move. So the right one was to play b4, I thought. No. What? Something is it? No, b4. Yeah, right. And I thought about it during the game, because then bishop e4 is coming. Although this knight can go somewhere here. Yeah, but still I'm very active here. That's the point. Even if this rook goes, I have even rook takes. Or yeah, bishop takes. Then bishop is hanging there. Yeah, I mean, it feels like a pretty simple position, but when the time goes... Why didn't I play here just e4? Because this pawn on b7 is still going to be lost. Yeah, that's crazy. Rook f5 is there, but... Okay, the next game is still not started. I have some time. Queen h3. Okay, yeah, something. I mean, that's so winning. And afterwards, bishop takes f6. Still good, but here b4 should have been played. I have seen it, but too late. Why did I play f4? It's just weakening my king. Takes. Now I could have taken the knight, but I just had 1 second and I didn't realize anything at all at this point. And I felt he's gonna play rook e8. I felt that. That is why I removed queen h8 first, then I cancelled it, and then I did it again for some reason. And then still I played it in the end of the day. This position is around equal, but I feel like with 2 seconds I wouldn't handle it. I mean, he doesn't have any weaknesses, and he's gonna attack something, and sooner or later I'm gonna just blunder something because I don't have any time at all. But before that, it was so winning for me. Was some GothamChess said he want the game to last not longer than a minute. Yeah, that was a crazy game, absolutely crazy game. I might make a video out of it, and just to tell you this story to all of the subscribers. But it's very unfortunate that I didn't win it, because yeah, somewhere here it was so winning for me. And how much time did I have? Yeah, I have 9 seconds, and I realized there is rook to f5. And that is why I was spending my time. I didn't see the right thing to do. Knight c5 was a very good move. b4 is completely winning. I mean, but it's 9 seconds to see this queen h3 idea is almost impossible. And otherwise, rook f5 and Queen e3 is a normal move, but it's still +2, still a quite a huge advantage. And back here, there was a very interesting move, g4. g4, I mean, if I would see it, I would play it immediately, but unfortunately, just didn't cross my mind. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this game. I mean, for me, it was way too nervous. Gotham played way too fast, and that's created a lot of difficulties for me. Because yeah, he knows his system. I have to take a look at how you should play against it. But it felt like I played normally, although I got into trouble here in the opening somehow. Somewhere or here, knight h4 is a mistake. But already here it's -1. Why is it a mistake? What is the problem with it? Bishop g4? Ah, he didn't play bishop g4. After bishop g4, I wanted to play bishop f3. Ah, because d4. Oh my god. I thought that I'm going into the endgame and everything is great. I control the center, but I completely miss the fact that d4 pawn is hanging. He played queen to h7 because he wanted to save the queens on the board, and then it's once again okay for me. But this castles seems like he's just... Actually, bishop c6 is working. I was thinking about this move for a long time, but I thought that it's too risky for me. Yeah, and here I started to win a lot of tempi. And that is a huge blunder. Now if I take, then everything is great for him. But I have, fortunately for me, seen this move, knight to g5. And then, yeah, if you play queen to h6, there is knight to f7, and at least I can go back and forth, but I can also take both of the rooks one by one. And then, yeah, it should be a huge advantage. And so he decided to just sacrifice completely with the move knight to d8. And according to the engine, that's... Wait a second, is it the best move? No, there is queen h5, but it's all just sacrificing the queen, because leaving the queen on the board is even worse than that. Okay. Why the pre-move? Well, I don't know, because I was afraid of just losing the game immediately. Okay. I once again missed the next game. I do it all the time. I was checking it a minute ago, it was fine, and just afterwards the game started. Let me... If I switch the sound on these tabs, and you're gonna hear all of the sounds. Maybe that's fine for you. Let me try. Because now you are kind of like with me taking part in this game. In e8, bishop d6. Yeah, it's very difficult to get out of that game. Every time you're winning, it's difficult to go on. I guess knight d7 is a move here. a3, a6, b5 is an idea. Here I can take the pawn, but it's always so dangerous to open up the e-file. Let's take a risk. Because I hope to play f6 and just cement everything. Takes, do I take with a pawn or with a knight? Taking with a knight feels extremely solid, because it's also a move with a tempo. Because a knight on e4 is always under attack there. Now I can just play, although going to e3, but I have knight f5 there. I want to really exchange this bishop then. Although then I'm gonna have opposite colors bishops, but a very solid extra pawn. Knight c5, hopefully it works. Now bishop c4, I have knight d6 back. Or maybe also bishop e6, because the exchange seems to be relatively good. This bishop, dark square's bishop is not doing much. Let's try to go for it. If he plays bishop before I take, here I have a very, very solid position. course, as always, have to be a little bit careful, but as long as my king is on light squares, the knight can't give any checks, pawn structure is solid, everything should be fine. Although it's still not simple to convert it. That's a completely different thing. E7. E7. Ah, wait, there is rook takes e5, pawn takes. Let's play rook d5 then. And the pawn one more time. He plays c4, he's gonna weaken his position, d3 square. And otherwise I want to bring the second rook there because it's completely passive. And in general, exchanges are good for me. So if we are gonna exchange everything, I mean the rooks, I would be fine with that. I just don't want to exchange the pawns for now because I want to remain my pawn structure to be solid. Yes, I even want to take and then play rook d8, offering another. Ah, okay, he takes with a king. Yeah, now the question is how do I make any progress here? Maybe just knight d4. Well, rooks endgame also tricky, but at least it's gonna be clear that I have the whole initiative, my rook is active, I have an extra pawn, so practically good chances. And I also have to be fast, that I guess. That is, I guess, the most important thing. Taking with a pawn? No. Play h5. And now he's going to e3. Wait, I have knight f3 here. Now we are going into the pawn endgame, if I want to. Yeah, and that is why he immediately resigned. Okay, that game was relatively simple, and I have to relax. I have a few moments to relax after the game against Gotham. Do you have any questions? Yeah, somehow everybody left. I guess you don't have any faith in me after the loss against Gotham. I don't know. I don't feel that he is that strong in terms of chess power. I mean, our ELO ratings are around the same. I'm like 30 points higher than he. But in Blitz, of course, he has much more experience than me. I like this game. I have played as 2900 rating according to chess.com. And no real mistakes here. Yeah, no mistake, no miss, no blunder, just one inaccuracy. Here with knight f to d4, what was the best move? No, not here. Here. G5. Okay, good to know. Yeah, G4 is an interesting idea because he's having dark squares bishop, so it's good for me to place all of my pawns on the light squares so that I have some weaknesses to attack. Okay, feel free to ask your questions. We have a little bit of time. Of course, I'm gonna take a look at the Gotham stream afterwards to take a look how he commented the game, especially once I played knight g5, just completely shutting down his queen because yeah, that was, I guess, a huge moment for him. He didn't expect it, I would say, because rook h4, you just expect your opponent to take. Knight g5 is a huge move there. Okay, do we have any games? Maybe we can follow something. Here, Shahryar Mamedyarov is playing as black. Okay, he's having a huge advantage. But the knight is still there, very tricky. Maybe let me update to see whether you have asked some questions. No questions yet. Okay. Yeah, now it's a draw suddenly. I've somehow missed how that happened. Now white is having an extra pawn, still a draw, but well, before that, Mamedyarov was completely winning here with black. Oof, yeah, let's get prepared against for the next round, because of course we are gonna probably get another very strong opponent. Let's see, maybe we have another interesting game that we can follow. Igor Kovalenko is playing here. He's from my home city. So let's take a look how he converts this 2 pawns advantage in the Rooksen game. And now 3 pawns advantage. Now the pawns must go forward. Yeah, resigns because there is no chance to stop the pawns. As for the standings, maybe I could, yeah, I could switch it on. We have wonderful time, Duchles, which is Dubov, and Arjun Erigasi, having 6 out of 6. They're in the first place, very, very strong. And still somebody is playing. We now switch it off. Yeah, okay, so that is simple draw. Not really interesting game to follow. This one? Yeah, this one is even less interesting to follow. Okay, then let's stick to this one. Okay, no questions. Let's get prepared for the next round. It's gonna be round number 6, I suppose, right? No, now it's round number 6. It's gonna be round number 7. By the way, 577 players are taking part. It's an incredible amount of people, and I'm glad to be a part of it. For some reason, I haven't played those Title Tuesday before. Why are moves are not making? Let's update the page. I guess because so many people are here, chess.com is not handling it anymore. Now black is trying to win. Maybe bring the king to b3. No, but it's nothing. I mean, you can never win it. This king should just escape somewhere, and then you can never give a checkmate. But of course, in blitz, you can always try to create some difficulties. Okay. Yeah, somehow today is a very exciting day. Finally, this game ends in a draw, and we are gonna have the next round in a second. Okay, here I'm playing as black against another guy from Brazil, 2300 rated. Let's see if we are gonna see e4 or g4. e4. Well, I'm gonna still play d6. For blitz, I guess that's a perfect setup. And f3. I have here the move e4, but I don't want to do that because I don't know that much there, and in a blitz it's very important. So I'm back to the main line. e5 immediately, okay. Knight c5, attacking e2, and then maybe a5. My main problem is always here this bishop in e7, so maybe I could... No, bishop g5 is never possible. This bishop is always like the pieces are going back and forth, something is getting off the board, but it's always so difficult to deal with this on 7. Let me try knight d7, maybe b6 and bishop a6 might be an idea. Maybe f5, have to prepare it, probably with g6. Wow, now I have bishop g5. Let me use this chance, because now I'm getting rid of my worst piece. Although I have to be careful, because this bishop was protecting the g6 pawn very good, and now there is no defender and this knight is coming to b5, so yeah, that's quite a huge drawback. Quite a huge drawback. What I like is that I have a lot of time. I should always focus on that. If I had a little bit more time against Gotham, I'm pretty sure I would convert that huge advantage into a full point. Do I have the move f5 immediately? Let's go for it. Now maybe even knight f6 and then bishop takes is a tempo. And I am starting to think about attacking here somehow. Knight g4, queen h5, I don't know. Not that simple though. Everything feels good except for this pawn, but I guess now even I'm gonna be able to protect it with a rook. Then it's not such a big deal. Somehow he's playing pretty passively, and that gives me the opportunity to go on queen f3. Sorry, knight f3. This is something I missed. Because the knight went to e1, I didn't expect it to go back. Well, I can take on f5, obviously, but that would mean an endgame where I have a weakness. Maybe it's not such a huge weakness. Because if I go back, I'm not attacking the pawn anymore, so let me take. The knight is going to c4, yeah, that is very important. Bishop d3, takes, still knight c4. Maybe I can play knight e4 right now. Let's try it. Before he's kind of developing everything. Maybe even bishop takes, because I'm pretty confident having a knight against the bishop in this situation where he has a pawn on d5 and my knight together with pawns would be controlling all of the dark squares. But the problem is, I guess he's not gonna. Right. Bishop d3, takes, knight b5, knight takes b2, knight takes d6. Yeah, that's... I mean, that's double-edged. Hopefully it's fine. What is the alternative? Bishop f5, knight b5. Pawn is always hanging. Rook f6 or rook a6. Okay, let's try. Let's still make the position more complicated. That was an important decision. That is why it took so much time. But afterwards, I'm going to play fast, hopefully. Rook f6, bishop d7. And I also have knight b3, knight d4 idea. f4, okay. Yeah, I don't like a 4 move at all. But it takes me time to figure out how to use it. Okay. Yeah, e5 pawn was thrown, but now he has a huge weakness. He'll have rook f6 to deal with knight b5, hopefully. But I still need to speed up a little bit. That's always my biggest concern. Maybe I'm gonna just play rook f6, just make sure that pawn is secure. Okay, rook is 3 now, feels good. And now knight b5 is not an option, at least for the time being. And how do I make any progress? Maybe just rook f6, rook g6, starting to think about some checkmating ideas, although not simple to make next move. Okay, rook f3 seems to be an option. At some point, some checkmating ideas would be there. And now we are going into the endgame. I couldn't take on f2 because of king g3, but I could this and rook e4, I guess. Well, I like that I create a lot of threats for him. I have an extra pawn too. And now the knight is coming to f4. I'm a little bit worried for my king. So let's play g5. Just to stop knight f4. This one is not that dangerous. Okay, that might be dangerous. Let's play king f7. That stops. Oh, that doesn't stop all of the checks. There is... oh my god. Yeah, let's just exchange to make sure that I don't miss a checkmate. Yeah, this position is simple. Just promoting a pawn, taking this knight, and that's game over. Wow, but for a second here, I thought I'm gonna get checkmated. That was round number 7, so we still have one round before the break. Let me know what you think about this game. And in general, which help improve faster in chess playing in board or in screen? I guess you mean over the board chess and online chess? I guess it doesn't really matter that much. If you are used to online chess, you can use it just as well to improve in chess. The most important thing is that you analyze your games after you have played it. Just exactly what I'm doing right now. Because if you are just playing, that alone doesn't really bring you much because you don't understand what kind of mistakes you have made. You don't learn anything out of it. But if you analyze the games properly, then it doesn't really matter which way you're playing. Of course, if you want to become a professional a chess player to get some titles, to get a rating, ELO, then of course at some point you have to play over the board because that's the only way you get real stuff going on. So yeah, here the game was pretty smooth for me. Up to this point, bishop e8. Okay, rook f2 is actually a blunder. Because he can take all of the pawns. I guess I have thought it, but I was so focused on not blundering the checkmates that I've forgotten about everything else. What was the best move? Knight d3. Yeah, maybe I'm the one giving a checkmate here, actually. Yeah, knight d3 is very strong. Knight f2 is absolutely unstoppable, and that's game over. But okay, this one is also very simple. So that was a pretty solid, strong game, except for this one moment. Okay, we have a chance now. No, we don't. I was hoping to take a look at the game of Daniel Dumov. This one is also over. Why is it not updating? Yeah, finally. We have just a few games left. We need a beat analyzing Evgeny versus Levy. Maybe not the best game, but will generate views. Yeah, it would be even better if I would have won the game, but yeah, I can make a video out of it, of course. Taking a look at how stupidly I spoiled the whole beautiful position. But I mean, the whole moment with knight g5 is worse than making a video about it because it was an amazing move. At least to my eyes. I don't know what you think about it. Okay, we still have a few games that are not finishing. I never understand what's the point of playing something like that. Okay, now they're over. And the last one. Yeah, this one is also a draw because it's the wrong corner. And so it should end pretty fast here. Okay. Now all of the games are over. And I suppose as I have won the game, now it should be, yeah, another streamer here. Of course, not that famous as Gotham, but I have won the game against him last time. I also remember his nickname. So let's see. Knight c3. Okay, we have the classical Queen's Gambit. e3, h6. They always argue whether h6 is a good move or not. Actually, I had this position today already against a guy from India, I guess. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. Like, don't have anything. Maybe I have 95. Okay, let's just continue the development. Well, now I get those pawns to attack. That is normally something great, but Black's position is very, very solid. e3. Yeah, maybe not that great, but at least I have a3 square. Normally you should try to put a lot of pressure on those pawns, but Yeah, I miss the fact that the pawn is that the bishop is hanging there. I can sacrifice, queen takes, pawn takes there, then wait, then the bishop is hanging. Might work. He has to play bishop d5, sacrificing, well, kind of sacrificing. Then I already have knight and 2 pawns for the exchange. Okay, let's... If he is doing something else, then I'm protecting the bishop. If he takes the bishop, then I'm taking on c5, already attacking. Doesn't have... Ah, he has bishop takes f3. Right. Can I start with... Yeah, no. Bishop takes f3. Pawn takes b6. At least he can go back. Rook e1 there. No, it's not enough. Yeah, this bishop. Unfortunate. Okay. Then it doesn't work. How do I deal with that? Bishop f1. Takes, queen takes, pawn takes. Yeah. Hope that's fine. Taken there, but my bishop is there to deal with it. Queen takes. I mean, this pawn is weak. Yeah. He's leaving the queens on the board. Yeah, that is smart. That's smart. How do I deal with that? Queen takes b2. Queen c3. Of course, he's not gonna exchange the queens. Yeah, somehow I'm very, very low on time. He's okay with the draw. No, he's not. h1, h6, and maybe rook to g1. Yeah, I guess I have tricked him somehow. Does he have any defense? No. Yeah, that's game over probably. Although maybe 95. No, it shouldn't be that happy because 95 seems to be there. So rook takes, knight takes 3, and I'm not even winning a knight. Not. Wait, rook e5, knight a4, 6. I'm winning a pawn there. Okay, queen to d3, rook b3 somewhere. Queen to a5. No, okay, I don't have any time. Ah, knight takes a2. Yeah, as always, I'm missing something. Okay, he's not going for it. Not going for it. I have 12 seconds, but I'm gonna get an extra pawn. And also I have a bishop against the knight, so I just need to be careful with the knight. And otherwise it should be just a good position. Ah, 95. Yeah. 5 is very bad. Also my rook is hanging. Wait, that could be a checkmate. This is not good. I somehow thought I have king g4, but there is a 5, and that would be just an immediate checkmate. Okay, how do I deal with it? Oops, don't have any time left. I forgot about the time. Okay, it's around equal. Wow. I mean, such a great position. After g1, I thought I'm winning immediately. Yeah, somehow I played so slowly this game, so slowly. Yeah, I had 94% accuracy, so I played the game very good, but so slow. Why? Like at this point, I have more than 2.5 minutes. Ah, okay, and here I missed. minute and 20 seconds because I was calculating this whole thing. And it doesn't work because of bishop takes f3. Still is around equal here. Yeah, but it's an extra piece. This is not great. It's equal here, and yeah, 95, just equality. Okay, 94 is a mistake. I just shouldn't allow him all of that somehow. Yeah, now 95. Rook c8. Rook c8, I completely forgot about rook c8. That would solve all of my problems. Why did I take the pawn? I mean, that's still equal, but when you have 3 seconds, it's so difficult to deal with all of the threats. What? I have rook to... Wow, that's beautiful. I have rook to a8. Now after takes, I have bishop to f1. I mean, that's beautiful. I mean, I have seen bishop to f1. That is why I have lost on time, because here I thought I'm going to play bishop f1, but then I noticed that there is rook e1, and this is losing. And so I was thinking about rook c1, but then I lose f2 pawn, and that is why I wasn't sure what to move and lost on time. Rook c1 is fine. I should have just played it. c4, I have some ideas. I'm not getting checkmated. e2 is under control. I have a passer here, so yeah, that would be good for me. I mean, at least a chance to fight. But rook a8, that is so amazing. Rook takes, bishop f1, and there is no way to save the rook. And then the result in endgame is just better for me thanks to those two passers. Okay, yeah, unfortunately I lost, but played the game pretty good, just way too slow. Way too slow. But to be honest, he was very cocky when I tuned into his stream. Forgive me. No, you are absolutely fine to get into any stream you want, which is why I watch you. Thank you very much for your support. Okay, I guess it's round number 8. Yeah, so let's make a quick break now, and I'm gonna be back with the last 3 rounds. Hopefully it's gonna be fortunate for us, and we're gonna score some good victories. Okay, we are back here. Guess we still have a few minutes before the next round. Let me see. Feel free to ask any questions. Yeah, we have 2.5 minutes before the next round starts. Not sure what can we do. Hey there, feel free to ask the questions before we start the next game. I hope you enjoy it because, well, for me, it's of course incredibly stressful today, pretty much as always, because yeah, those streams, I'm still getting used to it because it feels completely different from everything, from just playing chess, from recording simple videos, because it's real time, because I feel this pressure and yeah, it's difficult. But at the same time, it's challenging, and that is why it helps me to grow. Hopefully, the quality rises with the time. So I hope that this experience is going to help me. Okay, I can show you the standings. Let me do it. Right, here you see it. So we have Parham Maksudlu on the first place with 7.5 out of 8. Yeah, he's, at least I know him as a guy who is studying chess for like 10 or 12 hours a day. At least he used to when he won the World Chess Championship under 20 years. That is just a machine, I would say. And you could see the result of this work. But I mean, I would never be able to do something like that. That's just, I would just go crazy if I would study chess for 10 hours a day for an extensive period of time. Then we have Wonderful Time. That is a guy I never understood. Like, you never see him outside of online chess. But online, he's playing so strong. He has 3,000 rating in Blitz, 3,161 in Bullet. Tuan Min Le is his name, but actually even no, I actually even played one game against him. Ah, yeah, I remember that game. It was also one of the tournaments. He was the top seed, and I got him in the first round. Then we have Vladimir Zakhartsov and a lot of guys here with 7 points. Alexander Lenderman and Arjun Regaisi and Vasif Durobili, also a very strong one from Azerbaijan. I have seen him in the World Cup. He was playing very strong. Okay, we have the next game. 2100 rated player. Not such a strong one, but still, of course, always need to keep an eye because you can always lose a game, and especially, I mean, in a title Tuesday, everybody is titled, so everybody is strong. National Masters, that's a very good experienced players, but he is not there still after the break. Thank you very much, Amarta, for your words. Yeah, I'm trying to create a lot of content. Let me remove this thing so you see the game. But yeah, now he's finally there. Play d6. Knight f6, knight d7. It's a very flexible setup, very solid one, and most importantly, it allows me to play very fast. Unfortunately, I haven't played against Gotham with black because I guess that would be a much more simpler game for me. I have played quite a lot of games against his bot, and he played e4. We played a lot of Philidor endgames, and that was going very good for me. But this time I was white, and he played this very, very weird scheme to checkmate me from the very beginning. And when you're playing Blitz, it's of course very difficult to handle it. Okay, here we have the London system, and I'm gonna try this double fianchetto variation because yeah, it feels good. I hate the London system. I mean, that's so boring and it's bad both in terms of me playing it as white and me playing against it. I have never played it as white, but sometimes I have to face it and I just don't like it at all. Okay, I have to play somehow e6, queen e7, or maybe actually, since he played c4, maybe let's play rook e8 and e5. I need to open up the position somehow. I don't like the fact that at some point my c7 pawn might be a weakness, but I like the fact that my bishops are potentially very strong. Yeah, a5. Now if I play a5, then knight b5. Oops, b5 square would be always available for him. If I play a6, then a5 might be annoying. If I don't play anything, he's gonna play a5, and that would also be annoying. So I guess I have to play a5, but now 7 is a potential problem for me. Hopefully I can deal with it. Any tips for beginners? Yes, the best tip for beginner is to take a look at my 7-day challenge study plan that I have created for you. That would help you tremendously. Okay, knight b5, put in some pressure here, maybe knight a4. Good response for that, because now this knight seems to be pretty strong. Maybe he's gonna try to exchange it. Right, but I have takes and queen to g5, threatening checkmate, although my c7 pawn is now weak. I'm kind of going all in with this attack because bishop f3 is not possible, and if you play f3, I have takes, and then e3 is incredibly vulnerable and it's pinned, so you can't take it back. Although you have bishop f4 there. d5, I haven't thought about this move because that gives me the c5 square. I thought it's not really a good move, but maybe it is. I mean, I don't like the fact that he can play knight e7 and then kind of force a draw. Maybe I should just put my queen back. Because now my knight on c5 would be untouchable, and I'm gonna be able to play something like f5, e4. a4 would be always a weakness, and at some point, if I want to, probably I will want to, I can play bishop a6. Okay. Yeah, f4 is a good move because he wants to make sure that his bishop is very active. If I can play e4, f5, that would be immediately winning for me, I would say, but fortunately, if I play e4, he's gonna play f5. If I'm gonna play f5, he's gonna take, but then he's gonna have a weakness there on e3. And I'm gonna have a beautiful square on e4 for my knight. Let me... Then I have a square on d4 though. I want to take with the bishop and then with the rook. This knight will go to c5, controlling the e6 square. Okay, now I can take on h2 or just play knight c5. I have to be careful with some sacrifices and of course with the time, as always. Now bishop takes d4 might be a threat. Or maybe he's sacrificing an exchange. Let me play into f3. Yeah, I'm not sure because I might have just one chance for it. Okay, let's take a risk. Let's try to grab this exchange. And then hopefully his attack is not that dangerous. Mainly because his bishop passive there. I mean, if the bishop would be on c3, that would be a completely different story. Maybe he would be one day. That would be a huge problem for me. Okay, right now he can't really remaneuver his bishop. Maybe g5 is a move, because otherwise bishop g5 is coming. Yeah, 25 seconds. Okay, let's just speed up. Bishop on f2 I like, it's passive. Yeah, no, that was stupid. I can play f4. Ah no, because the bishop is coming. That was very bad on my side. What? What about the queen? Oh, he absolutely blundered the queen. Yeah, at some point it was scary for me with this bishop on d4. f4 was a stupid move because I was controlling everything, and f4 was just not great. b6. I mean, it's not a mistake, it's still a theoretical line. Yeah, okay, I have a huge advantage here, so I actually didn't really make any big mistakes. G5 immediately, of course. Yeah, I was thinking about g5, but somehow I missed the fact that I can do it immediately, and then I make changes the queens, of course. Guess I was even thinking about it, but for some reason I didn't play it. Yeah, this one is still good, but okay, g4 immediately. Stepped back from bishop d4 first. But I mean, this position is not that bad. It's -2.5 for me. Huge advantage because queen d4 doesn't create any threats. That is why I played rook h7, and I want to play g4. Yeah, that's a very big advantage for me. Still feels a little bit scary, but when everything is protected, everything is protected. Okay, feel free to ask your questions. Let me take a look. Maybe we have some interesting games to follow. We have finally won. Yay! So next time maybe we are gonna get a strong opponent. Okay, so here Dubov is playing against Igor Kovalenko, and he has a queen against rook and 2 pieces. The engine says it's equal, but in a blitz game, of course, it's a very fascinating position. The problem for black is that the pawn structure is very, very compromised. If the pawn on h5 would be on g6, that would be a completely different story. But black is still playing for win, and now black is getting some advantage. Wow, h5. Yeah, Kovalenko is a very strong player. Somehow he has this constructor where every piece protects each other. Now I guess the rook will come to e3. But of course you should always be careful with the queen, because there is always a chance to miss something. And now the rook is pinned. How do you make any progress? Go back, okay. Rook g5, he's sacrificing. Although, okay, maybe on f4 it wasn't really possible to take. A very fascinating position. Much better for black according to the engine. Now the king is hiding there, and rook g1, rook g2, knight g3. There is a stalemate. Wow, that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this ending here. GothamChess, Gotham Knights won the Pro Chess League. Yeah, I don't really understand what kind of tournament that is. I have somehow missed it completely. But yeah, I have seen somewhere that they won it. Okay, we are playing against very strong Grandmaster here. So once again, d4, d6. Let's play fast. Let's not waste time where you can save it. I remember that I can play 4, but I'm a little bit scared to do that. Even though I know that's the right move, but still scary. Because it's quite a huge commitment. Maybe I can play now g6 and bishop g7. Because this knight on h4 is very weird. Maybe he wants to play f3 and open up the file after takes, let's say. Or immediately even. Okay. But what about the c4 pawn? I guess he's sacrificing it. Get the center. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind in terms of the development. So all I need to do is to play bishop g7 and castles. If I achieve that, then I like my position a lot. e5, I thought I have knight... okay, maybe knight e4. But, okay. No matter what, I have to do that. Don't really have an option. And afterwards... Okay, now the pawn is, the knight on d5 is hanging, so I have to take. But I can take, right? Knight f7, I take on d1. And now I castle. e6, I can take. Knight takes. Have fun. Yeah, but I feel that a very strong opponent. I want to play knight b6 and knight d5 maybe. Because then the knight would be controlling pretty much everything. And also stopping this bishop. Then b5 would be possible. Okay, he goes for e6. Yeah, that is probably the most active move. So I have to take, right? Otherwise he's gonna take and get a huge advantage. Queen f6. Feels logical. I have to be fast, otherwise I risk. I mean, in terms of moves, not in terms of time, although that's also very important. Always. Ah, he has queen takes c4, but then there's knight b6. I completely miss the fact that the pawn is hanging, so queen f6 is important. Okay, he's allowing me to exchange, but then bishop takes c4. At the end of the day, it would be unfortunate for me. Yeah, knight c7 is very clever because no matter what, he's gonna take on c4 with a check. Right. But if I play rook b8, queen takes, king h8, can I handle that? I hope I can handle that, although it feels very risky. Maybe I should have just... Yeah, but endgame felt very bad for me. Maybe... Ah, knight e8. Always I'm missing something. Maybe I have queen e1? Knight b6 here? It doesn't really help, just queen e2. I mean, maybe queen e1 is just not a big deal. Knight b6 here. Now let me play queen e1 and take. Ah, bishop h6. Come on, I spent so much time thinking about the move and missed one move tactic. I mean, the position wasn't that pleasant, but of course, we have just taken the knight. And f6, bishop e6, it wasn't that bad, or knight b6, bishop e6. Yeah, now I don't have any opportunity at all, I should just decline. Yeah, that was very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Feel free to ask your questions. Yeah, I felt like my opponent played very, very solid, very strong here. But still, it's not the reason to. G6 is actually a mistake. What is the right one? Bishop b4. Because I know that e4 is the right move here. So there should be something, but I felt like g6, bishop g7 should be good, but apparently it's just not fast enough. And that is also a mistake. Ah, okay, just bishop g7, sacrificing the pawn. Interesting. Now, knight b6 with a double attack, because I'm attacking here the pawn on d4 and the pawn on c4. Well, good to know. And this position is better for white. Not a lot, but better. X takes, queen f6, and knight c7. Yeah, all of the right moves. My opponent made the best he could. Queen takes f1. Actually, I should have gone for this endgame. Just didn't like it. Okay, hit here queen to f7. Pretty much the same opening, the same endgame, but yeah, it was better than this one because I thought I have queen e1 and it's dangerous, but it's actually... Wait. Ah, knight b6. Yeah, I was thinking about knight b6, but one move earlier here, I somehow forgot about this because here he doesn't have any checks. That's a huge advantage, and the knight from g7 can't create any danger. And so if he goes to f7, somehow creating some checkmate threat, I have bishop h3. And it's still better for white, but of course it's a game, and I pretty like this game. I mean, here I'm taking on f6. Yeah, this knight has some perspectives. I would be satisfied with this position, but what I did, of course, is just plundering the queen. Okay, that's life. Let's just hope for a good last game. Let's take a look at this game. Parham Maksudlu is playing here as black, trying to outplay his opponent. Although the position is a little bit better for white. I guess thanks to the extra pawn, but black is more active in terms of pieces. Accept my challenge. Where are you challenging me? If you want to play a game against me, you have still time till the end of the stream to send me a challenge on Chess. Let me write the nickname again. 3 plus 0. Because if there is not going to be any challenges after the end of the stream, then unfortunately we would not be able to play. Okay, let's see if we still have some games. Hikaru is still playing. Wow, that's a very fascinating position. Queens on the board, and Hikaru is playing for a win. He has 2 extra pawns. But there is a knight. Knight and queen is always very dangerous combination, especially in blitz. Why can't you take the bishop? Ah, queen e8. Queen e8 check. Right. 3. Yeah, now that's just game over. Another knight endgame. Yeah, here. Knight endgames are always incredibly tricky. That's funny, Konstantin. e5. Yeah, it's a total draw here. But of course, black would still try. At e5. Yeah, the skin is very active. e4, but how do you make any progress? You don't have any way to win the pawn. You have to play h5 at some point, but that would just exchange the pawns, and that's game over. The only chance is, of course, to exchange the knights. Yeah, now the king somehow got to the pawn, but h6 pawn is also taken, so that's a draw. Both players have only 3 seconds, which makes it a little bit more difficult, but with the knight on h6, there is no way to make any progress. As long as you play g4, the knight immediately takes it. Okay, feel free to ask any questions. And yeah, let's see how the last game will happen for us. I hope for a good game. Hope that I'm gonna win it, because it's always good to end the tournament on a good note. Let's see what we have. So the game is over. We can start the next round, I suppose, or maybe not. Yeah, we can. Okay. I'm actually facing a very strong opponent. I was hoping for not such a strong one. Grandmaster from Canada. I don't really know him, but we have played once and he won the game. Okay, let's try our best. Play g6, please. Let's have the king's Indian. Okay. I mean, doesn't mean anything. He might crush me. Okay, d5. So it's not really a king's Indian. It's symmetrical Greenfield. Playing c3 here, but not sure if I'm gonna get any success with it. Yeah, it was smart from his side to play a5 first and then c5. Because now I don't have any of those fancy ideas like b4. Bishop e3, knight g4, bishop d4. e5. There is nothing there. So I need to put my knight on b5 at least. I can also play c4, and that would mean a completely symmetrical position if he takes. Maybe that's the best I have. But also it means that he's gonna have an extra tempo. No, that's not what I want. I wanted initially to place the knight on b5. I mean, it's not doing much, but its tendencies are great. Maybe bishop f4 though. And then it would be something. Knight c7, bishop e7. Okay, let me see. Hopefully everything is going good. Yeah, I like the fact that I have quite a lot of time. I want to continue my development. What I don't want is him to control the center because he has more central pawns. So of course that is dangerous for me. Hope to avoid that somehow. And now I have knight e5 and bishop f4. But I like bishop f4 more because it's developing a new piece. Not sure what is the point of bishop d7. Just developing, I guess, because you don't really want to take, right? Maybe knight e4. Hopefully I'm not somehow blundering. Knight a4, queen takes, queen b6, 94. Yeah, that might be not that great for me. Also, I have bishop e3 and some discover attacks. Okay. Now knight a5 seems to be the move. Although maybe he wants me to go there for some reason. Bishop a5 is also a typical idea, but knight e5, I mean, the most he actually takes. I thought that it's not such a great exchange for him, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, because b5 is very weak. Bishop takes e5, I guess, too dangerous. Rook d8. This rook, bishop f7, but wait, maybe I have bishop takes f7, rook takes f7. Queen b3 is not a move. Okay. How do I create any threats? fb4? Yeah, let's 4. Doesn't feel like a good way to continue the game, but yeah, let's go for it. Okay. Have to play fast. Knight e4. Okay, I was expecting knight. There is rook c3. There's rook c3. After queen d3. Queen has to go back. Although maybe there is bishop e3. Takes. Let's try. Yeah, maybe I'm still losing there after queen c1. Although I have rook c1 suddenly, and rook takes, I still take that. No, queen takes e5. Yeah, queen c or queen e6. Because now knight g4 is coming. I have bishop takes e4. Wait, I can go back. Queen takes d4, but that would be not enough. Not enough. I also have, in case of knight g4, I don't have f4 because bishop is hanging. In case of knight d7, I still have move f4. And, okay, knight g4, bishop takes. Bishop takes e5, I have queen takes d5. That seems to be more or less nice. Although he takes on e3, but okay, I guess I can handle that. And otherwise, his rook is hanging. Can take with a knight to prepare some knight f3 tricks, but I always have queen takes d5, so hopefully the bishop takes e4. Okay, how do I deal with that? Knight d3. 4, e6. Have to speed up. Change the queens. And hope for the best. That's my strategy. Okay, 7 is on my agenda. If I survive a few moves here, that shouldn't be that bad. Ah, F. Bishop e3 was very annoying. Yeah, now... Yeah, now I'm losing everything. Somehow bishop h6, I should have ignored that. Pawn wasn't that difficult. And now I'm just one tempo short from taking there on e7. Ah, e2. Yeah, but I guess I didn't have any way to save it. Yeah, bishop h6, I should have just forgotten about pawn on e3 and just rook a7 or whatever. No, rook a7 wasn't possible. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Let me take a look. Fortunately, I didn't get the queen's Indian defense, which I really wanted. Bishop f4 is actually a mistake. Ah, bishop e3. But I thought, yeah, if rook c8, then at least I have knight a7. And then bishop f4. Yeah, bishop e3 was actually very smart. Somehow I really miss the fact that I can go there. But at first I was happy with this position, but then I realized queen b6. Yeah, I should just forget about the pawn on a5. Knight d3, queen b5, knight takes, rook takes a5 and b4. Okay, some crazy variations. And that one I hoped that it's gonna work, but it actually wasn't that bad. Bishop h6 is the best move. And now I shouldn't have just forgotten about this pawn on e7, on e3 and just go for my plan, which was... But yeah, it's still worse for me. And f4. Yeah, bishop takes f4. Ah, okay, just bishop h3 and bishop takes a6. Yeah, very good idea. Unfortunately, I haven't seen it. And rook a7 is just a blunder. After bishop a3, everything is pretty much normal for me. Yeah, and this one also not that bad. If I play rook f2, it's just a slight advantage for black, surprisingly enough, because those pawns are tripled. So all I need to do is make sure that I'm not getting checkmated. And b7 pawn is still weak. Yeah, rook f2 was actually very good. And yeah, now it's completely winning because two rooks on the second rank is always bad. And here, after e3, no, there was no defense. Okay. Okay, then unfortunately, I mean, it's still better than last time, but unfortunately, not that many points. I guess 7 points is my best result in the title Tuesday. Okay, the game is over. Shahryar Mamedov has actually won it. Kara Nakamura is the second one, and Steinberg is the third one. Congratulations to the winners. I hope you enjoyed the tournament. Bullet Monster. Well, yeah, he was playing strong, although I had pretty good chances. Okay, so I promised that I'm gonna play one game on lead chess. How do I get to there? Give me a second to do that. Wait a second. Was there this? Ah, no, you have just seen it. Okay, good. Let me make it possible. So I need to go to lead chess. Yeah, I see your request for a game. How do I make sure that you can also see it? Maybe here. You see me at least, and you now should see the board too. Can you check that? No, fortunately that's not that great, but more or less. More or less you can see it. Okay, now that should be good. So let's go on. I've already played a lot of Philidor defenses today, so let's stick to it. And meanwhile, feel free to ask any questions because now obviously I have more time to answer it. Bishop c4, bishop e7, just to make sure that you are not winning on f7. d3 is not like one of the main lines. It's not that challenging for black, but of course it's a very solid line. b5, a5 would be possible here. Although, yeah, of course, not a big deal. Need to bring my knight to c5. Yeah, somehow I feel very bad, not bad, very fast after the title Tuesday because I was always at risk of being in time trouble. Yeah, hopefully you can see the whole game. Bishop takes f6. I mean, I always like to have a pair of bishops. Still going forward with my knight to c5. Let's see if you have any questions. Yeah, now it doesn't feel like a very comfortable position for you. b2. Now I can take on a4, you can take on f7, rook takes. I don't know, it feels so much better to just play when you know it's a normal game, not a Title Tuesday anymore. Immediately, like the whole feeling has shifted so tremendously. Amazing how that happens. b3, is that a move? Probably not. Probably I should take on a4, bishop takes f7, rook takes, and then bishop g7. That feels good. I mean, bishop g4. Because if queen goes somewhere, then I take on f3, and the pawn is very vulnerable. If you do nothing, then bishop is just going to e7, or somewhere for that matter, to g5 as well. And once again, I'm taking on f3. Ah, okay. That is basically the only way to avoid all of that, which I missed, unfortunately. Because I can't go to h5, which is normally possible. I can take, but queen takes. What do I achieve? If only the queen. No, the queen has enough space. Then I don't want to exchange, and I'm gonna just go back. Okay, now I'm about to play something like c5 and a4. Yeah, that is why. Actually, I like what you're doing. Sorry, my voice is almost not existent anymore. I guess I still go c5 and a4. Also, you have this f5 square for the knight, which I don't like. Maybe g6 first. But now there is queen a1. Although queen a1 is not such a big deal. Yeah, my bishop on f6 is a little bit clumsy. Right, but the pawn is protected. Pawn is protected, so maybe I can double the rook, so on the a file. Yeah, I don't feel somehow anymore that I am that much better. Maybe I'm not. Takes. Well, I'm not obliged to take immediately. I can play rook a7 first, then maybe even a4. Oops. Ah, now the queen is going to the opposite side. Okay, but I can still play rook a7 and a4. Because queen g4, I have queen f6. And then maybe even bishop d7 back. And h7 is always a useful move. And maybe h5, bishop h6 is also on my agenda. You have just 20 seconds left, which is, I guess, the main problem. Yeah, f4 is actually a good move, because it's opening up the queen. And maybe f5 is coming as well. So I have to be a little bit careful. Queen is 6. Maybe bishop d7. f5. Yeah, doesn't feel that great. Also, I have just 14 seconds. Yeah, I guess I'm way too tired after Battle Tuesday. Okay, takes is always good, because now I'm not gonna get checkmated. Hopefully, maybe. No, now not. Now definitely not. The game is 1 second for both players since the end of the day. Unfortunately, you haven't seen the clock. Yeah, that was too difficult for me to make on this stream. But my opponent had here like 1 second. I had 1 second too, and in the end of the day, he lost on time, and I had like 1 second left. Okay. Yeah, sorry that you can't see my time, because that was very difficult to arrange there. Okay, so let me play against you, and that would be it for today. I guess that was you, Kato, that was asking me to play against you. Now plays a fiddler. d5. Yeah, d5 is actually not that great, because now your bishop on c4 is doing absolutely nothing here. Do I have knight takes d5? No, knight takes, and then take on c7. Okay, how do I use the fact that this bishop is stupid? Maybe a6 first, rather than b5 and b4. Ah, okay, a3 is actually smart. Yeah, then maybe it wasn't that great. Okay, let's play h6 first. I might also take. Ah, knight bishop e3, because I was expecting bishop to h4, and then knight c5 was a move. Okay, then let's go for b5 and bishop b7, but I don't really want to play c6, because that would make this bishop active again. And now I absolutely like the move knight g4, because you don't have any way to save the bishop. And as I always teach in my videos, never exchange the bishop for a knight. I mean, there are exceptions, of course, but in 99% of the situations, well, yeah, maybe 99 is too much, but still, bishop is generally stronger than the knight, so you should not exchange it if you have an opportunity not to, without a good reason to do that. Like here, I'm thinking about bishop g5, because it would solve all of my problems. But I have knight c5, wait a minute, because the bishop is no longer there. Knight c5 is good, although bishop a2 and b4, not like I get a lot out of it. Now f5. I'm weakening some squares, but let's try. It's gonna be funny. Most active move. Your king is still in the center, so the positional principles tell me to attack, to open up the position. Wait, here I can also take. Yeah, that would be better. I guess you should have taken on f5 first and then played b4, because then I would need to go back, and here I can go forward with rook f4. can play queen g6, but it doesn't really give you anything. This bishop, I mean, now you, I hope, understands that d5 was a bad move, because the whole game your bishop on e2 is just so horrible. I mean, you might say that my bishop is also not that great, but at least I'm attacking the pawn and you are defending it, and I can always activate it. And for you, yeah, maybe two, bishop b1 and the pawn somewhere, but somehow it's too slow. By the way, bishop a8 seems like a very good option here. Also covering the e6 square, and maybe not threatening bishop a5 because it doesn't win the queen, but very good move. Bishop will be attacking the pawn there. Rook a4 would be a check if you don't castle right now. e4? Yeah, probably queen e3. Then let's just continue. Once again, like the second game in a row, I have a pair of bishops, which of course is always great for me. I have to be a little bit careful with g3, but for now the knight is hanging. How do I proceed? Bishop e4, right? e4 seems to be very strong. c3. I can take immediately and just enjoy this horribly compromised pawn structure, or I can also play queen f8, although knight d2, takes knight e4, no, the knight on e4 would be great, but g2 is hanging. Okay, then I can play queen f8, although that gives away the c7 pawn, but hopefully it's not such an important pawn. Rook is also coming. Ah, okay. Yeah, but now I guess it's time to take. And still, I feel like queen c7 is not really a move because of rook c8, and d2 pawn would be horribly weak. Okay, you go for it, but I don't like it. To be honest, I feel like that is something you can't do. How do I prove it? Yeah, I just noticed that I have 20 seconds left. That is quite an important thing. And now you're blundering the bishop. But king b2 was the move. I was thinking that I can maybe even sacrifice there. Now I'm more or less taking everything. Let's just make sure that I'm not blundering the checkmate here. And then it's still not that simple. But I can open up my bishop. I can push my pawn forward. And of course, c2 pawn is pinned. But I have 12 seconds, so I have to be fast. Takes a passer here. Yeah, such a situation. 7 seconds should be normally enough to deliver a checkmate. Rook c1. Rook c1 should be a checkmate. Right. Okay, thank you very much. That was 2 nice games here. Hopefully, I finally satisfied your wish to play against me. Thank you for being with me today. Hope you enjoyed it too. I hope it was instructive for you. And yeah, I see you hopefully next week here at the same place at the same time, another Title Tuesday. So yeah, meanwhile, tomorrow a video with your games that you have sent me would be hopefully published. So definitely take a look at it. Thank you once again. Take care and bye bye.